It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video is on 6 things you might not have noticed in the Andy Griffith Show episode, Mr. McBeevee. We're going to start with Blackie, the imaginary horse, actually did make an appearance. The episode opens as Opie galloping around the backyard on his imaginary horse, which he was named Blackie. At the kitchen table, Opie describes the horse to Barney as being big, like cowboys have, black all over with a white spot on his nose. This imaginary steed plays a key part in a story about Opie's imagination. Being imaginary, Blackie is never seen. Well, not anymore. Those who watched the episode when it originally aired got to see Blackie poke his head through the kitchen window. Barney, Andy, and Opie promoted Jell-O pudding in one of the advertising spots for the show sponsor. He's just as Opie described. The Taylors must have built a back porch sometime in season 3. As I mentioned, Mr. McBeevee gives us a rare look at the back of the Taylor home. Clothing dries on the clothesline. Opie's bike stands propped on the grass. A couple of wooden chairs offered a spot to relax. However, one season later, we got another glimpse at the rear of the house in bargain day when Andy heads out back to check out the freezer. There we see that the Taylors now have a large back porch. Maybe Andy got a bonus check from Christmas of '62. What do you think? Barney keeps a file on the hermit. When Opie sits in the police station and describes his new friend to Barney, pay close attention to the folders behind that boy. You can see that Barney keeps a file on the hermit. Could this be his dossier on Quiet Sam from season 1? Or is the eerie hermit from the Golden Arm we hear about in the ghost story during Back to Nature? Ron Howard reunited with Mr. McBeevee on Happy Days. Astute classic television fans might recognize Carl Swenson as Mr. McBeevee, even without the actor's mustache. He is best known as Lars Hansen, the founder of Walnut Grove and town elder on Little House on the Prairie. He also played Eddie Haskell's dad, George, on Leave It to Beaver. Particularly fond of his reunion with Opie himself, Ron Howard. In an early episode of Happy Days, Richie's car, Fonzie sells one of his dragsters to Richie, which turns out to be stolen. This lands Richie in a police station where he confronts a detective played by, Carl Swenson. And there's even a little joke about Blackie. There's a great little inside joke on the Happy Days scene as well that might just have been a nod back to Mr. McBeevee. At least I'd like to think so. Richie wears a shirt covered in horse heads. Blackie? Maybe. It is called Back to Childhood. Certainly that's a very cute shirt with the horsies, the Fonz notes. I had jammies like that. Doc Harvey never appears on the Andy Griffith Show. When Andy tells Barney he too was Mr. McBeevee, the deputy worries about the sheriff's mental health. He picks up the phone and rings Doc Harvey. Doc Harvey's never seen throughout the Andy Griffith Show, but does get mentioned from time to time. Doc Harvey's name comes up in A Wife for Andy, and we learn in Barney's physical that the medical man once prescribed a harness for Asa Brini that made the sleepy guard a good half-inch taller. Now, who is Thurston Holmes? In the closing credits, you'll see 3 names listed under the cast: Francis Bobbier, Carl Swenson, and Thurston Holmes. You might wonder about the last man. After all, the only characters we see in the episode are Andy, Opie, B, Barney, and Mr. McBeevee. Well, it seems as if both Swenson and Holmes were Mr. McBeevee. Holmes was reportedly the stunt double shown climbing the telephone pole. Nice of them to give him a credit. Really was nice of them to give him a credit. I mean, that don't happen very often in television. Believe me. Even back then, Eleanor Donahue was fighting to get, credited at the beginning of the show, and she only got credited at the beginning of the show like 3 or 4 times, I think. Anyway, and her clothes designer got credited. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic TV facts and trivia. It is on Leave It to Beaver again. And classic rock and country music facts and trivia is on David Allen Coe and how he was arrested in 2008 in a Las Vegas casino after he won the jackpot. It's very weird. Please like this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. You guys have a great day. God bless. Praying for you. And please pray for me.